Pyramids 2, Mamelodi Sundowns 1. Pyramids are your CAF Champions League winners for 2025. They beat Mamelodi Sundowns 3-2 on aggregate after a 1-1 tie in the first leg. If Sundowns scored the second goal, they would have won it on the away goals. But Pyramids held on in the final 10 minutes. It was a very, very interesting and intriguing game. But Pyramids held on for the win. Congratulations to them. It's a team founded in 2018. I cannot believe that. They've been successful so quickly. I've heard that they've poured lots of money in it. So makes sense. But congratulations to them. They've worked hard on the pitch and they become the 4th Egyptian team to win the CAF Champions League more than any other country. So it is very, very clear that Egypt still dominate African football. Now let's get into the game. What do I think for Sundowns fans? It's tough after losing in the semi-finals for 2 years in a row. Now they lose in the final. You know, they improved, they went one better, but they still fall short. Final hurdle, they trip up. But to me, it was very clear that after the first leg at home in South Africa, at Pretoria, Sundowns did not even dominate Pyramids. And to me, I thought Sundowns were at a disadvantage. Sundowns were already at a disadvantage going to Egypt because I just thought Pyramids were so superior and they're going to gain a lot of confidence from their performance. I just thought Pyramids literally should have won the game in the first leg. This time, they take their chances. So, unlucky, Mamelodi Sundowns fans. It's still a successful season in terms of winning the league. They are off now to the Club World Cup. Rest, recover, then work on the mentality to put this loss aside and to go give your best performance at the Club World Cup. But again, it is another big trophy that falls away from Mamelodi Sundowns. Disappointing. They thought they were going to go for what? The quadruple. Once again, for another season, Sundowns do not win a domestic cup, only the league. So they missed out on the Nedbank Cup, they missed out on the MTN 8, and they've missed out on the CAF Champions League yet again. That is very sad, especially with the amount of money and investments that they've made this season. But I still think they were close. So losing in the final is not the biggest failure in the world to me. So yeah, they were close enough. Let's see if maybe they can repair this next year. But with that being said, now I want to give you my review of the game. I do think we had a very interesting game and a very interesting decisions. Grant Kekana with a mistake. My prediction was 1-0 to Pyramids. So I did get the Pyramids victory right. I did get the 1 goal difference being the split. I also did get that right. But I specifically said that the reason Pyramids did not win the first leg is because Mayele did not have his shooting boots and missed his opportunities. But he had them today. One big opportunity and he took it early in the first half. What a strike, what a volley to get it fired past Ronwen Williams into the bottom corner. But it was a mistake from Grant Kekana. It was a mistake from Grant Kekana. And I also said that Sundowns should not try play out from the back too much. I do think they did that pretty well. I did say Pyramids' press is very, very intense. High gen press. It literally forces you to make errors. Kekana, instead of clearing the ball, he tries to play it and it falls at the feet of Mayele, who just smacks it. Right, so it's another mistake from the back, which I said that Sundowns making a mistake is inevitable. That's what I said. Because you're trying to play out from the back in the final, away from home, making a mistake is inevitable. So I did say they should limit those, and it didn't. Unfortunately, it cost them. And then I thought Ribeiro was the best player for Sundowns on the pitch. He created so many chances for Sundowns. He had 3-4 men to beat all the time and beat them most of the time. He was carrying the ball well. He was dribbling amazingly well. He was Sundowns' best spark, and I do think he was the best player on the pitch. He was a menace. Even in this loss, he was he was terrorizing the Pyramids players. They had to foul him so many times, they couldn't stop him. Unfortunately, he doesn't get a goal or an assist, but he should have had an assist because of Tashreeq Matthews. And once again, I think this is probably the best game for me in terms of my predictions coming absolutely almost 100% right. I did say Tashreeq Matthews should not have started this game. I said he's not playing at the top of his game right now. He doesn't have a lot of confidence. He does not offer Sundowns much. His physicality against this side was not going to be good for him. And in this case, once again, he was dominated. He was bullied off the ball physically. He was not strong enough, and he is small in stature, so that means you need to be technically good. But he wasn't keeping the ball well, he wasn't moving well off the ball, and he had this one brilliant opportunity to get Sundowns back into the game just before the first half, and his shot was lame, it was tame, and it was saved by the keeper's leg. I don't think it was convincing enough. You need more conviction in your finish. Hit the ball, make good contact. At least maybe if he gets a lift on it, then the keeper doesn't save it with his legs, or if it's in the corner, then it's precise. But he was not clinical, and that was the big chance. Score, it's 1-1 going into the second half. Sundowns have the advantage because if they score, Pyramids would have to then score 2 more to win it. And definitely Sundowns were dominating the game in terms of possession. They were the better team, and I was impressed with that. So that is a huge opportunity missed by Tashreeq Matthews. Very, very disappointing, and I do think Cardozo took long to make changes. I'm criticizing Cardozo for when he made changes, and also his starting 11. I did not think Tashreeq Matthews has done anything to deserve a starting 11 over Peter Shaulile, who's a proven goal scorer. If that transfers to Shaulile, the top scoring Mamelodi Sundowns player in history, PSL player in history almost, right, besides Nomvete, it's a goal. It's most likely a goal. So I don't know, Reynolds could have played on the left, Shaulile up top, and he's also played 2 of them at the same time. So I really criticize Cardozo for that. But Pyramids get a second. Again, it's a free kick, long cross into the box. Pyramids scored from crosses, 3 crosses against the London Pirates, 3 goals. Or cross against Mamelodi Sundowns in the first leg, a goal. And it's now another cross, and it's also a goal. But I should say that it looked like the VAR image that was checking for offside. I'm not sure if it was done correctly. You should have measured at his head for me, because his head seems like it's the furthest thing out. Sundowns may feel a little bit aggrieved there because there's a possibility of an offside if you're measuring maybe from his head, and I'm assuming his head is the furthest thing forward. I don't think it's his shoulder. It clearly looks like his head is in front of his shoulder. So I do think that line was drawn incorrectly, and I was very disappointed with VAR. But I was even more disappointed with VAR because of the goal that Sundowns scored. That goal should have not been a goal. Shaulile is clearly in an offside position when the ball is played. We know that. But the question is he interfering with play? For me, he makes a run attacking the ball. Already that's offside, right? The ball is going directly to Shaulile, and he jumps in an attempt to header the ball. All those 3 things are active. He's actively participating in play. That is the very definition of interfering with play. The defender, do you think the defender makes a jump and tries to stop the ball from going to him if he's not there? If he's not there, the defender can let the ball go out for a goal kick. But now he has to intervene because there's a threat in behind. The defender does not attempt to play that ball if Shaulile is not there. And for me, that is the very definition of interfering with play. And I think VAR got it extremely wrong. The last point that I want to touch on, there was a potential red card for Pyramids that was being checked. Reynolds was pushed in the final third. He was in on goal. I do think that was not enough of a push. Football is a contact sport, and at minimum, it's not a clear and obvious error. So I do think it's fine that Pyramids were not punished. I don't think it's a red card, so I agree with the decisions that the VAR got there, simply because I don't think it's enough contact and Reynolds went down too easily. But if they're taking 5 minutes to 7 minutes to make the decision, it should tell you that it's not a clear and obvious error, and therefore play on. Let the referee make his decision, keep with the referee, and you move on. But yeah, with that being said, I did see Sundowns going down with a fight. I saw it against Al Ahly where they got a luck in their break. I think they got a break in their luck, or I don't know what the saying is, with an own goal, but they were pressing, throwing men forward, and I even saw more of a fight today. So they did not go down without a fight. Ribeiro is a monster player. I was so impressed with Ribeiro today. Even though he's ending up on the losing side, he is your player of the season. From any of the South African teams. Absolutely amazing performance from him. He's unlucky not to get a goal contribution, but he should have had the assist. Matthews messed it up. But I think we also need to touch on the fact that Zwane didn't get a minute in both these finals. Absolutely, I think it's hurtful. It's heartbreaking. Why? I don't know. He probably thinks that he's not going to offer much. Maybe he's not going to keep up with the tempo of the play. Pyramids look very physical. They look very fit. I think they made their first change in the 75th minute of the game. they did not want to mess with their own rhythm. They had the game under control, right? So that's good for them. But I'm pretty sure Zwane could have had some good touches. He could have had some creativity that was needed. Is he going to get another chance to win the Champions League? Is he going to get another chance to play in the final? I'm not so sure. So why don't you at least give him some minutes? I don't understand. It's a very tough one from Coach Mikel Cardozo. I really didn't understand some of his tactics today and his decision making and his subs. But at the end of the day, Sundowns fall short, and I think Pyramids win it. They deserve it. Congratulations to them. And for Sundowns, hard luck. Adema Sandawana. It happens in football. We'll see you in the Club World Cup. Hopefully you put a good show there, but let's see you next season. But thank you to everyone that has watched my channel over this season. We've grown YouTube 5,000, TikTok 17,000, Facebook 30,000. Appreciate each and every one of you. Please subscribe to those who haven't yet. Turn on your post notifications so that you know when I've dropped the video. I will be back reviewing the Club World Cup specifically, and in the meantime I'll probably post some other content in between. There's lots to discuss and to debrief upon from this footballing season, from Premier League to UEFA Champions League to even South African football. So with that being said, thank you so much for all the love, for watching, for listening to me, for sharing my videos. Those who specifically shared, I really appreciate you. For those who are just coming across my channel, there's lots of videos for you to catch up on. Enjoy, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, this is Mamelodi. I'm with KG Dato. Catch him on YouTube channel. We are football. Please, we are football channel. Sharp.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
Who will be there? Do you care though? Who will be there?